What it do, ladies and dudes? Jabberjaw's finally back in the booth with a quick casual gamer review for the new Blops 6, or full title Call of Duty Black Ops 6 for those that don't know. Now, as you see and might have noticed, we haven't put out a video in a while, and that's simply because life, you know how it goes. People got things to do, jobs to work, people to see, yada yada yada. So, if you're anything like me, you might consider yourself more of a casual gamer. You look back at your fonder memories when you were younger, and you would be like, damn, I used to game all the way into the wee midnight 1 a.m., 2 a.m. sessions with the boys, playing some single players like that as well. You know how it goes, but like I said, time goes on, and you can't do like you used to do. So, while you might not be the gamer you used to be, you might consider yourself a casual gamer, and this review is for you. So these are my first impressions of the game. Now, admittedly, I wasn't planning on getting this game just because I felt like some of the last few Call of Duties have kind of been whatever, not that fun, and something I kind of just turned off after so long. That being said, I watched some reviews on this game before I decided. Like, they just kept getting a lot of suggestions, and I was like, alright, let's peep what's good. And I watched a few videos, a few people's first impressions, and, you know, even before just kind of listening to their hot takes, I was just greatly impressed with the gameplay. Now, clearly, you're watching people at peak, and they're putting on their best footage. I'll put on some of my gameplay footage, as you're probably watching right now, and whether you think I'm good or not, it's kind of besides the point. But the point still being, the game impressed me with its smoothness. Now, that's kind of my biggest takeaway, in that when I was watching other people play and playing myself, is that I felt like this game was the smoothest. I felt like it really fully utilizes the PlayStation 5 to its best, in the sense that it doesn't feel all that glitchy. It doesn't feel like when things fuck up, it's, you know, the game's fault on a more technical issue, and that it's more, you know, me fucking up type shit. And I generally think that, you know, from past game experiences, like, this is like the smoothest Call of Duty to date. Now, other people are gonna have takes on that, but I generally think, you know, it's very fun in that sense, that, you know, it's not as frustrating as some other games. Now, granted, it could always get an update where they nerf this and try to tweak that, and that just kind of, you know, diminishes the gameplay. But I think gameplay is very impressive here. It's not gonna blow your mind with, you know, I would say innovation. There is kind of a new-ish, you know, kind of, I don't want to say feature, but they are kind of trying to, you know, harp a little bit on, at least in the training that they have with the whole dive and slide kind of mechanic. They're trying to, you know, implement that, but that's kind of been around. So, you know, you can call that a tweak, if you will. Now, I'm not super deep into the game to be able to say, hey, there's this, that, and that, the other. But, you know, I really have played several hours of the multiplayer, and I'm greatly enjoying it. I think if you are a casual gamer and you do enjoy some shooters, this is kind of for you. I think if you just pick up the stick, you know, a long night of work and whatever, or just want to play a few rounds before you go to work or type shit, you will have some fun. I don't think this game is going to be a bad purchase, let's just say. You know, there are some people, when I was listening to the reviews, they're like, you know, oh, there's no new innovation, or all these maps suck, and it's like, no, I would wholeheartedly disagree, excuse me. My take when it comes to games and innovation is, I don't know what else the fuck you want and what else we can do, per se. I mean, literally, besides getting on that Ready Player One type shit, I think games have more or less hit a peak of in the things that they can do with a controller. Unless we're, you know, learning to game with our feet, you can only do so much with so many buttons. So for me, innovation is it's a hard sell, or it's something I'm not very critical on, because there's not much more you can do. You can make games look better, you can kind of add new features, but you're kind of at a limit, you know. So truly, in a way, my biggest thing is it smooth? Am I having fun? Am I enjoying what's happening? And so far, so good. Which brings me to the maps. I've heard some people say they're not that mind-blowing. There's a few that you'll like, some that you hate. And overall, from all the ones that I've been on so far, I think they're fine, honestly. I guess I could kind of agree in the sense that nothing's really mind-blowing, but, you know, it's been a long years since those Nuketown days where you're like, yo, this is the map to play, you know what I mean? Like, again, we're on Black Ops 6, so, you know, I feel like it's going to be hard to kind of blow your mind in that regard. That being said, for me personally, you know, maps that are, you know, going to stick with you are the ones that I think personally, and maybe for some of you viewers out there that you'll like, are the maps that, you know, thematically stick with you. So for me, one of the maps that I did like, I think is it Red One? That might be the one. I'm kind of spacing on the names. You know how it is. The game's new. But it's a soccer field one. Now, I think it's kind of cool. It'd be kind of tight if you could, like, you know, play on the soccer field. Maybe even start the game off. Everyone just running at each other type shit. Like some old Halo, you know, what's that one football kind of game they had on there? I can't remember it. Someone can put it in the chat if they do. But that'd be kind of cool. But that is part of that red zone where, you know, you got to get back to the map. But I like it because I like soccer or football for any of you European and Asian viewers out there. You know, it is kind of cool, like aesthetically wise. Like, I think that to me makes it kind of fun. You know, I think in a general sense, most of the maps are well balanced for everything. You know, if you are that sniper, yeah, there's lots of places you can snipe in a lot of different maps. That being said, if you're more of the ground to ground run at you being a sniper, you know, you're not safe, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of gamers are better to, you know, make it so you're not always safe in the general sense. But typically speaking, I think the maps are fair and balanced in a way that you can get around and have some fun and see some new locations, and like aesthetically and thematically, I think they're pleasing. Like, there's one, I think it's called like Low Tide or something, and it's kind of like flooded in certain parts of the area, and I think that's kind of cool, you know. I know I've heard a lot of people speak well of Vault, and that's a pretty cool one too. I don't know why, but it makes you think of Scrooge McDuck when you get to like the vault area. It's not like a pool of gold or anything like that, but you know, it just, the whole vault richness of it, I don't know, it just makes you think of Scrooge McDuck. But overall, like, I think the maps are pretty fun, pretty cool. You know, there's no maps that I've been getting like murked up on that I hate to the point, but you know, there's still time for that. Gun wise, you know, still gotta unlock, you know, still kind of dancing with that. But again, the game is smoother, so that I feel that, you know, the guns that I have used, they're not trash, you know, they're not like so bad. And you know, the upgrade features have been pretty good to me so far as well. And then when you first play, you know, you got to use those customized loadouts and whatnot, and I was like, oh, this is really fucking smooth. Like, so generally speaking, I think the game in and of itself is pretty solid. The sound is really good. You can like hear a lot of people kind of coming up on you, so you're like, oh, all right, man, you know, if I can hear them, then they can hear me. You know, some of the perks are pretty cool. Customization, again, I'm kind of still early in it, you know, but I think there's going to be a wide variety of things that you can do with your guns, and you know, some of the designs are kind of standard as well. I think, you know, if anything, in the sense of going back to innovation, maybe that would be something I would like to see more, is that a more free range customization of the game where you can, like, you know, design your gun however you want. Now, generally speaking, I can understand why games don't allow all that much nowadays, because you really don't want Nazi paraphernalia all around and all that jazz. But you know, it would be kind of cool if, you know, maybe they had some kind of mod or, you know, algorithm that can kind of block certain type of things, which to an extent I know they do. But you know, it'd be kind of fun to be able to just, you know, be a little bit more better off with the customization and stuff like that. But at the same time, you kind of don't care as much. You're kind of in it for more of the gameplay, the kills, and all that jazz. And I think it's pretty solid here. You know, as a casual gamer, I think most people, you know, it's like riding a bike. You pick it up, you shoot, you kill, you dip set, and you're having a good time. I don't think the game is frustrating like other ones. But that being said, I do think the Black Ops series of all Call of Duties are, generally speaking, like the best and the most fun, the most fluid. Some of the other ones can be a little bit hit and miss, but you know, to each their own. Now, I do recommend, if you again are a casual gamer looking for something new to play, yeah, pick it up. You'll have some fun with that, you know, or some Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, which I might do a review on, but we'll see. But you know, I think you'll enjoy this game for what it is. You know, again, I don't think it's gonna be mind-blowing in the sense of, like, you know, like, is it anything different than some maybe other Call of Duties? But I do think that it is the smoothest one to date, and I think you will have the most fun with it. So it is a recommend. I'd go cop cop it. If you want to wait till it's cheaper, that too. But go have some fun. Go play a little game. Get your game on. You know, it's winter almost soon. You know, weather going to be turning for some of y'all states. So have something you can have fun with in the indoors. But gonna keep this one short here. Try to get out another review of a TV show here, one I've been waiting for, Yakuza, and I'll see you on the mic for that one. But you know what it is, Jabberjaw's in the booth, Vulgar Desperado in the mic. Please do us a favor and hit that like and subscribe, and we'll try to be a little bit more consistent, but you know how it goes. Casual YouTuber, casual gamer, casual viewer. But thank you for the support, and we'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.